Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his fifth touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bryant's extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. 50 plant. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Go. Go, go, go. Pick it out.
On first and 10, here's Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Breeze going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But it'll be second down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. From midfield, here's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too.
Hey, Haywood!
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it'll be third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Breeze to throw. Got him in. He finds Sanders. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it's third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
Check. 53's mine. Go, Cheetah. Ready?
Shotgun now for Breeze. And it's caught. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. A gain of 5, but not enough, leads to a fourth and goal. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on that.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze, and it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Play action. Breeze. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing on 2nd down. Breeze. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. And he rifles one incomplete. The Falcons and Saints, they aren't strangers to one another. That's no secret. They were founded 1 year apart back in the 60s. Their first meeting in 1967. And neither franchise had much success through the 70s and 80s, but boy, has that changed in recent memory. And the Falcons holding the all-time series advantage 52-48. And one of the more memorable. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run. It's Gurley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe somebody to press it a little bit. This might be the case. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now Kamara, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
Now Breeze setting up the screen for Miller. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. This
quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check 53's Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Go. Here we go. Hey, Echo. Hit it.
From the 40 now on second down. Breeze. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Hey, here we go. 80 weapon. Switch.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 22, Breeze. It's caught by Sanders. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 yards there, first down.
On the ready.
Breeze now on first down. He's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jared Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. What's good on the extra point? And that'll make this a 6-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 9th.
Let's go. Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Ready, break. Hey, Alpha. Here we go. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Now. Too low, okay? Mike's 54. Watch the run.
On first down, Breeze. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Come on,
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Check 50.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there, Ryan to Jones, and even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there out of Kamara, and even 50 yards on the ground.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the 28-yard line.
Got it. 53. Check 53. Who draw quarters? Let's go.
On 2nd down, Kamara. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
53 is mine. Check 53. Yep. Switch. Smooth. Hey, we got get it.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that will be incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, It's been threes.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Jet bombers, jet bomber. Bravo. Shoot.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. With a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead.
16. Falcons, 14.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
53 is the mic. Got you, son. Spud. 53 is the mic. 53, check. Yes. I got you, boy. Check. Be Griffin.
Looking to throw on second down. Breeze. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
25.
This one caught by Ridley. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Back now here live in New Orleans. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Got 61. Match box, hit it.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and they take it
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
What twist? Hey, Strickland.
Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 41 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Ryan. Being chased out left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Got it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
53, Mike. Watch the run.
From midfield, here's Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Hey, Haywood. 53's Mike. Man out.
Breeze now on first down. And Sanders has got it complete. 23 yards on the play.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but sooner or later, they're going to have to stop the clock.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Ready? 18 Gator. Mike, number 50, look at me. Sit by.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And this is Cook with the grab. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. They're going to try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet, and we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Wide, get wide. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Ryan wants to throw it. Looking deep for Julio. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. 79 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. We've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage, but he doesn't get the touchdowns. Not this time. No matter how many people were kicked in coverage, he found a way to beat it.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
He's going to let it fly. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to throw, Breeze. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and